This is a live look at some of the aftermath of those storms, the torrential rains, winds ripping down a tree branch on Rambo Lane in Toledo.
We're also seeing ponds of water on the road. Barricades are up at Reynolds Road near Angola. Toledo police say the scenes are similar on Reynolds near South Avenue, also on Holland, Sylvania, Nebraska, and Airport at Westwood. We checked in with all of our local sheriff's offices. Dispatchers tell us that there are tree limbs down in Fulton, Henry, Lucas, and Ottawa counties. Welcome to 13 Minutes of Nonstop News. I'm Diane Larson.
And I'm Lee Conklin. There are also scattered power outages in and around the city of Toledo. Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Jay Burschbach. Jay, enough already with the rain, huh?
Yeah, the rain came down, really kind of built upon itself this evening, and many folks on Facebook and Twitter saying, why isn't there a warning for this weather? Well, that's out of our hands. Those warnings are issued by the National Weather Service in Cleveland, Indiana, and Detroit for our area. So we're kind of at the mercy of them if there is a warning or not. Certain criteria: 1-inch hail, 57-mile-per-hour winds or higher, or rotation, or a funnel cloud, or a reported tornado. And most of the storms tonight did not reach the criteria. Came very close, but officially only one warning. That was for Hillsdale County during the evening news. Let's see what's left of our rainfall here on Live Doppler 13,000 HD, and really some major improvements out there. Have some moderate rain near Findlay approaching Tiffin, but the lightning strikes are way down. Hail threat is gone, and also those gusty winds, they are gone as well. Got some great pictures from viewers, even some videos. Want to thank you all for taking time from a safe spot to get these neat pictures here. Crepuscular clouds, that's those beams of light coming through. Almost just a beautiful shot there. That's just so heavenly, if you will. That's from the Black Swamp Storm Team. A secondary picture we have for you, that would be a shelf cloud. So many viewers saw this today as the storms rolled on in. And from that, we have some video of what happened when that kind of became what's more of a roll cloud. Want to thank J.D. Pooley of the Sentinel Tribune down in Bowling Green for this video, time-lapse photography showing the shelf cloud move through. And it almost reminds me of Independence Day, the movie, when that spacecraft comes into the atmosphere. What you're seeing is that roll. It's a horizontal roll, and that is indication of updrafts and downdrafts making those clouds spin. So a lot of folks saw that, almost an unbelievable picture or a movie. Again, thanks to J.D. Pooley of the Sentinel Tribune and BG for that wonderful time-lapse photography. Also want to mention here, lots of reports of thunder that was rolling tonight. Sounds they've never heard before. That's because the clouds were low enough and thick enough here to reflect that sound back to earth, and it bounces back and forth. Also, the rainfall in Toledo, over 2 inches in many areas. That's because of back building. The storms basically on the back edge of them didn't pass through. They kept regenerating and making more and more rain. We'll talk more about the amounts of rainfall we got today. Look ahead with Predictor at what's on the horizon. More storms, more humidity, and more heat. I'm back in a few minutes.
All right, Jay, we want to thank you, our viewers, for helping us track what's happening in and around your neighborhoods. High water, of course, one of the major issues tonight. Toledo Police Chief George Kroll posting this photo on TPD's Facebook page. It shows high standing water in Toledo. And I took this picture of the Circle K on Dorr Street in Holland, Sylvania tonight. You see the water pooling up there in the parking lot. And this the scene out in Napoleon. Sandy Walker Ball posted this photo on our Facebook page. She says the wind blew in and sent the swing set there tumbling 7 or 8 feet. And this from Lacey Tattersall. She snapped this pic on Rambo Lane in Toledo. You see a tree limb here blocking the road as the storm rolled through. And remember, anytime you see breaking news or weather, safely shoot it and send it to pictures at 13abc.com.
We are tracking a developing story at this hour. 3 men barged into a home, pulled out guns, and attacked a man in front of his family. Tonight, police are searching for the suspects in this attack. This happened about 2:30 this morning on South River Road in Waterville Township. The homeowner says that the men burst through the front door claiming to be police officers. They pointed their weapons at him and told him to get on the floor. The victim says his girlfriend and teenage daughter were also inside.
And I come out of my bedroom into the living room, and I see this guy with a gun pointed towards me and 2 other guys, fighting my dad. So he starts coming towards me with his gun pointed at me, and I just kind of freeze, and he grabs the back of my shirt, tells me to get on the ground, and then he leaves out of my bedroom. And then I hear more wrestling around. I just hear voices, like, get out, get out.
I threw tables at them, just trying to get them away, and finally got the flashlight I was getting hit with wrestled out of their hands. Hit him with that wooden piece of the leg.
The homeowner then says he grabbed a gun and shot twice at the suspects. Detectives are still searching for the men behind the crime. Anyone with information should call Waterville Township Police.
New developments in the case against the Toledo Funeral Home. The family is now suing the Tate Funeral Services. According to court documents, the family claims the facility, Tate Funeral Home, did not embalm Thomas Gaston's body or properly refrigerate his remains. Police responded to a complaint against the funeral home last month. They took 11 bodies from that building. Ohio Board of Embalmers and Funeral Directors suspended the owner's license. 13 ABC spoke with the Lucas County Prosecutor's Office late this afternoon. We're told they have not yet received the case. However, the office is working with TPD, hoping to meet with detectives on the matter this week or early next.
Funeral services are set for later this week for the Monroe County woman whose body was found in April after she went missing last Halloween. Visitation for Chelsea Bruck is set for 3 to 8 p.m. on Thursday at Rupp Funeral Home in Monroe, and then again from 1 to 8 p.m. on Friday. The Mass celebrating her life is Saturday morning at St. Joseph Church in Maybe. Brooks' body was found in a field in Monroe County 6 months after she was seen at a Halloween party in Frenchtown Township. Authorities are investigating it as a murder. Chelsea Bruck was 22 years old.
Fighting back against what's called a community epidemic. Tonight, law enforcement, resources agencies in Toledo is looking into the growing heroin problem all across the region. 13 ABC's Amy Montgomery live with how they're tackling this extremely serious issue. Amy?
Lee, let's put this in perspective. This year through April, 46 people in our area have died of heroin overdoses, but that number continues to rise. And there's a collaborative effort that's going on to make it stop.
Drug abuse doesn't discriminate.
It's with a heavy heart that Jan Burgard Moore talks about the purpose of this Block Watch meeting. The topic is drug abuse, an epidemic that's taken her sisters.
I also have a brother in recovery who came very close to dying.
But she's not alone. Nearly everyone in this room has been affected by drug abuse, and all of them are committed to doing their part to stop it.
The threat to our community as a whole is very real.
In the last 5 years, the Lucas County Sheriff says heroin deaths have essentially doubled from year to year. In 2014, heroin killed 145 people from all over the area. From January to April of this year, 46 people have already died.
It's still higher than what it was this time last year, so we're seeing that it's continuing to increase.
But the Sheriff's Office has the Drug Abuse Response Team. It brings together law enforcement and recovery services to work with people who have overdosed and their families.
And they respond to the hospitals, and they work with the families, and they work with the addict to get them to detox.
Our area has the highest percentage of drug use and the associated crime.
That's why so many people took time to listen and learn. Education leads to funding, which could mean more lives saved.
There is a great need to talk about the issue and talk about the heroin problem and getting it out into the public.
In Toledo, Amy Montgomery, 13 ABC, Action News.
Mobile labs packed with dangerous materials that could cause an explosion. That's what Toledo police found rolling on the streets this weekend. Officers raided a home on Colton in connection with the mobile meth labs. Officers arrested 5 people. They are charged with various felonies ranging from manufacturing drugs to drug trafficking.
New details now on Rossford School's possible move to Owens Community College. School leaders are inviting the public to tour Owens this week. District says it will present an analysis of a feasibility study on Wednesday. It'll also talk about potential partnerships involving the district's needs. Last month, Superintendent Dan Krebs told 13 ABC Rossford could move high school classes to Owens next year. Krebs telling us moving the students to Owens is just one of the options on the table. Public meeting set for 7 o'clock on Wednesday, right, Diane?
That's right, at Owens Community College Auditorium at the Center for Fine and Performing Arts on the Toledo area campus. A truck driver from Gibsonburg is gearing up for a big job that holds a special place in his heart and in the history of the United States.
It's just a huge responsibility to, make sure it gets here safe.
13 ABC's Christine Long reports from the small village in Sandusky County, all new at 11.
Dan Slack of Gibsonburg leaves Tuesday morning on a 1,200-mile round trip of a lifetime.
It's quite the honor. I've never had to haul anything this sentimental ever.
The owner of Steel Horse Transportation is driving to New York picking up a 9/11 artifact from the World Trade Center. It's a special journey considering SLAC was stuck in traffic on the George Washington Bridge on September 11th, 2001.
It was just an overwhelming ordeal to see. I mean, I seen the towers fall.
The precious cargo is a 7,000-pound antenna from the top of the North Tower that will soon call the village of Gibsonburg its home. The antenna will be the centerpiece of a memorial shaped like the Pentagon, expected to be built at Williams Park by September 11th of 2016. It'll be right next to the Veterans Memorial and a U.S. Air Force plane.
I'm an ex-Marine.
Sculptor James Havens of Woodville plans to have the 36-foot-long antenna rest on top of a model of the new World Trade Center. This one, 17.76 feet high, symbolizing the Founding Fathers, freedom, and what the U.S. has been through since 2001.
This is our redemption. We are back.
The village administrator says Gibsonburg has been working for years to acquire an artifact from the New York and New Jersey Port Authority as a display of living history that you can touch and never forget.
There's a segment of our population that the only thing they know about 9/11 is what they read in history books or see on TV or the movies.
SLAC hopes this week's trip may bring closure from what he witnessed nearly 14 years ago.
It was mass chaos, and there was nothing that I could do. So this kind of gives me a chance to give back a little bit.
SLAC plans to arrive home with the artifact on Friday. The village is planning a special ceremony at the park that evening. The antenna will be on display through Saturday during the art festival. Then it will be put in a secure location until the permanent memorial is complete. Reporting live, Christine Long, 13 ABC Action News.
A Texas police officer is on paid leave after he pulled out a gun to break up a pool party. The whole thing was caught on camera.
Get on the ground. Well, look, sir, I told you to stay. Get on the ground.
The video shows the officer pushing a 14-year-old girl to the ground. Also tonight, the American Civil Liberties Union is demanding police release the incident report and 911 calls. The ACLU says this is a case of overuse of force. Investigators are questioning prison workers and contractors trying to track down whoever helped two killers break out of a maximum security prison. Police say the pair used power tools to break out of the facility in northern New York. Jury found Richard Matt guilty of murder, kidnapping, and robbery. Detectives say he tortured and killed a former boss. David Sweat is charged with killing a sheriff's deputy in 2002. Authorities are offering a $100,000 reward for tips that lead to the men's capture.
Doing our health alert tonight, state of Michigan now seeing its first cases of bird flu. U.S. Department of Agriculture tested geese north of Detroit. They found 3 of them did have the disease. Virus has already hit 20 other states. It's killed off nearly 47 million birds at chicken and turkey farms since early March.
New at 11, here's a look ahead at what's in tomorrow's editions of The Blade. A Wood County judge set bond at $500,000 for a Rossford man charged with killing his wife. 52-year-old Daniel Lambert pleaded not guilty. In gambling revenue at Ohio's 4 casinos topped $71 million last month. That marks the second best month this year. You can read more about these and other stories in tomorrow's edition of The Blade and at ToledoBlade.com.
That just added to the fire that it is the service now.
Too much more ahead tonight. Satisfying an appetite at what cost? The hearse that pulls up at the fast food drive-thru.
He claims he meant no harm with his arson playing out near an elementary school.
Making something adults do. You know, like, that's what they want to do. They have a right to.
Make good money. Here's for college. Not everyone buying the sales pitch from this Clip Club.
Those stories plus Jay says get ready for more summertime hits and more rain. We're back in just 25 seconds.
This is 13 ABC Action News with Diane Larson and Lee Conklin. Now, 13 ABC First Warning Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jay Birchback.
Our heavy rain now coming to an end. Here's live Doppler 13,000 HD showing light showers throughout the area. A little heavier shower east of Bryan. Also some moderate rain near Findlay, but that'll do it. This is all sinking to the south and east. Here's some estimates on rainfall throughout the day with our Viper HD. Now the greens indicate an inch or more. Findlay toward parts of Van Wert County. Notice here the darkest shade of green in Lucas County and Hillsdale County. Want to zoom in here to the Metro view and give you some estimates. There you go. And that's why there was a urban and small stream flood advisory through 11 p.m. This swath here of green, 2 to 3 inches, especially 475 out into rural Lucas County. Some very heavy rain. Ottawa Hills, West Toledo, the old West End here. They just got done with their festival this weekend. Some very heavy rain elsewhere. A little bit less to the south and less to the north, but still quite an evening of weather. At the airport, the official number so far here about 1.13 inches, I believe. Over on our graphic system, there you go. That could be adjusted at midnight. 78 your high today, 60 was your low. Current temps are hovering near 60. I think we'll hold steady throughout the night. A little warmer out by Lake Erie. In our forecast, we can say goodbye to the rain. This is predicted by the hour through 7 a.m. tomorrow. Not completely sunny, but hazy and at least some peaks of sunshine tomorrow. Now with the wind, it's going to be out of the northwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour, highs near 80, and just the right ingredients to produce a small chance of a shower mid-afternoon out by Lake Erie. Otherwise, a decent day. Wednesday, it'll be hotter. It'll be even more humid. Some early sprinkles, and then there's a chance of some showers and storms late in the day. It could push 90 in a few spots if the rain holds off, so take it easy. A very warm one. For tonight, your low 60, so pretty much steady temps here. Showers ending overnight, hazy overnight too, with a southwest breeze at 5 to 10. Here's the hourcast tomorrow. Highs back up near 80, similar to today with the high, but a much smaller chance of rainfall tomorrow. If these showers do occur, very light and very brief. Now your 7-day forecast. Wednesday, the chance of showers and storms mainly in the afternoon. More chances for rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We give those percentages to give you an idea of the higher chance. That would be Friday and Saturday. And it looks like over the next 3 to 5 days, could see easily another inch to 2 inches of rain. So let's hope the rain tonight finds its way downhill and we can allow that to soak into the landscape. Our next completely dry day isn't until Monday of next week. So a week from tonight, the high 85. So very warm at night, very hot, and somewhat hot and humid during the day. And that's enough this time of the year to make more rain.
Yeah. Yep. Talked with some farmers. They're frustrated too.
Right.
Can't
Fields,
get out there.
And after tonight for Lucas County, it's just kind of putting us back where we were after that weekend that was full of rain.
All right, Jay, thanks.
Nearly washed away the miraculous survival story of a 15-year-old. Tucker in trouble behind Lucas family for his play on the country club. And that's for all memories happen. The Hawkins Circle Grad is sweet homecoming for an American hero and his little girl. From tonight's winning lottery numbers for your official lottery station, Dr.
Safe tonight after being swept away by rushing water. Authorities say the 15-year-old went missing last night. 12 hours later, crews found him about a mile down the river. The boy says that he held onto a branch to stay above water.
Out west, California high school teacher is under investigation after what some are calling an inappropriate assignment. Listen to this. Two mothers say the man assigned students to take a selfie with sex toys found in their homes to earn extra credit. Students say it was a joke. District leaders not laughing, putting the teacher on leave. School is not releasing any other information at this time.
Stop at a drive-thru in Virginia Beach. Turn some heads. Take a look at these pictures. They show a hearse parked at a Hardee's in Virginia. The man who took the picture says he saw two employees go inside the restaurant. The funeral home admits a veteran's body was inside the vehicle, but the director maintains at least one employee was watching the hearse.
Las Vegas Strip Club is encouraging college girls to apply for work. Club's manager posted signs inside the business reading, "Now auditioning the class of 2015 and pay your way through college." Owner says the cost of tuition is rising and girls or young women can make up to $1,000 a night taking off their clothes, but others say the signs are offensive. They send a bad message for Vegas.
A Massachusetts man is charged with disturbing a school and loitering after a bizarre scene. Take a look at this. School leaders called police when they saw the suspect wearing a Star Wars stormtrooper costume outside an elementary school. The man told detectives that he was just showing off the outfit, but the principal says nobody knew the man, nobody knew if his gun was real or fake.
Yeah, people at home saying, we must be normal here.
Right. Makes us all feel better about ourselves.
Coming up in sports,
Red Wings have a new head coach. Plus, LeBron James makes a challenge for his own fame. It's way better.
13 ABC Action Sports teaming up with BCSN. Now, here's Dave Holmes.
After 2 games in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Blackhawks have 5 goals. The Lightning have 5 goals. So no surprise, the series tied at 1. We have another good one tonight. Game 3 from the Windy City. Third period, tied at 1. Brandon Saad, his 7th goal of the postseason. Chicago leads by 1, but the lead lasts for 13 seconds. They were still announcing the previous goal on the PA when Andre Palat ties the game. And then with 3 minutes left, the Lightning take the lead. Cedric Paquette, that's all she wrote. Lightning win 3-2. They take a 2-1 lead in the series. The Detroit Red Wings will announce Jeff Blashill as their new head coach tomorrow morning. Blashill is the current head coach of the Grand Rapids Griffins, the Red Wings' AHL affiliate. He's been groomed as Mike Babcock's successor for years, and the move opens up a coaching gig at Grand Rapids, which could go to current Walleye head coach Derek Lalonde. More hockey news. Bowling Green's head coach Chris Bergeron signs a 5-year contract extension that'll keep him with the Falcons through 2023. Well-deserved. He turned the program back into a national power. BG won 23 games last year, the most in 19 years. What a start to the NBA Finals. Games 1 and 2 both went to overtime. Both came down to the final shot, and so far we've settled nothing. Cavaliers and the Warriors tied at 1, but the next 2 games back in Cleveland where the fans want to prove that they are the rowdiest, not Golden State's fans at Oracle Arena.
These fans here are pretty loud, pretty good, really good. I'm looking forward to seeing our fans, and I can't wait to see our fans. And I've heard our fans pretty loud before, but I know we can be much, much louder than any fan base, in this league. And I know they're getting ready, and I can't wait to see them.
Every single game of the NBA Finals right here on 13 ABC. Game 3 tomorrow night. Coverage starts at 8:30. Tip-off shortly after 9. Cleveland looking for its first home victory in NBA Finals history. Best drivers in the world are headed this way. This week, it's the Quicken Loans 400 at Michigan International Speedway. Jimmy Johnson is the defending champion. Dale Earnhardt Jr., a 2-time winner in this event. And we're getting you ready for the race this Friday night when 13 ABC presents the Thunder in the Hills, 1-hour live show from Michigan International Speedway. We have interviews with some of the biggest names in NASCAR at 7 o'clock this Friday night. So we have NBA Finals with Cleveland Tuesday, Thursday. That's on Friday. I'll be right back.
Heavy rain now moving out. The chance of any severe weather also has ended for tonight. Here's your wake-up weather forecast. Don't forget the 13 ABC app. Rain ending overnight. Near 60 at 5 o'clock and 7 a.m., then back in the mid-60s by 9. Slight chance of a shower late.
There's chances for rain Wednesday through the weekend.
And warm each afternoon, well into the 80s.
Finally tonight, a naval officer surprises his daughter during her dance recital.
I want to cry every time I see someone like this. Petty Officer Second Class Andrew Jepson in the audience with a rose when his 5-year-old daughter takes the stage. Jepson, as you can see, joins her. He had been deployed for 10 months before heading home to California. Love it. 13 minutes.